Hey, I'm Dominique with Eastline Outfitter, and I'm gonna teach you how to load single stack and double stack magazines and load the mag into the firearm as well. So here we got our single and double stack mag. This one's gonna be the single stack mag, and this is gonna be our double stack magazine. So pretty much the biggest notable difference is the width. So when I place it in this angle, you're gonna notice that the single stack mag is very slim. And the double stack mag is a bit more thicker in width, designed to take a bit more rounds compared to the single stack mag. So this is actually an 8-rounder, and this is actually a 9-round magazine. So if you look at the kind of the height of it, you'll notice that the 9-rounders actually looks a bit short, but because of its design, the rounds in the double stack mag don't stack up the same way one on top of each other as the single stack mag. They're kind of a bit side by side to each other. You want to know how to load your magazines correctly. If you purchased a new firearm for the first time, or you're unfamiliar with using a firearm and you might find yourself in a situation where you might have to load a magazine, let's go and show you guys that. So right here I have some empty single stack mag, and I have an empty 10-rounder double stack mag. And I'm just gonna show you guys how I load my mags. And here I have a little dummy round. What you wanna do is you wanna pay attention to this black piece right here, is what we call the follower. It is on spring tension. So anytime you put a round in, it's gonna hold itself in. And obviously you're gonna push it all the way down, because on the magazine, there's actually numbers here. And it'll typically indicate how many rounds it can hold. Some mags don't have an indicator, some mags do. So with this, what I like to do is I like to kind of get most of my fingers on the round. I like to get my thumb pointed close to at least the end of the round. And what I like to do is I like to take the end and just kind of place it on the lip, because right here there's a little space, if you see that. I like to place it until it hits that. So I hold it there, and it'll give me enough space to slide the round in. So I have my whole finger on top of it, so I have control of that round, and I just slide it in, just like that. And I like to hold with my left hand just to kind of have it sturdy. So we're gonna load a live round in. And we're gonna do the same thing. So what I like to do is I like to put it, stack it on top of the round, push it down. Because one thing I want to show you is that right here, when I'll have half of the round hitting it. I'll have half of the round like kind of hitting it, and it's enough to just kind of just slide it in. So I'm gonna put another one in. So I gotta push down. I have about halfway, and I just slide it in. And just kind of, we'll do it again. Now, another way, which makes it easier, is I like to put my thumb on top of this part of the round. It gives me a little tension I can push down. What that helps me with is it makes it a bit more sturdier to put the round on top and just slide it in. Just do another one. Push it down, get that round on top, push it down, and just slide it in. So basically, if you notice, this little piece right here, it's kind of, this little piece of metal is crimped in enough to hold the round so it doesn't pop out, but it's enough to actually slide it, So basically what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get it under that little crimp right there, because it'll just hold it. So I'll put my thumb on top of it again. I'll try to push down. You can see I'm holding it tight, and I just kind of like put it in. So really you just kind of want to get it done faster, just get used to it. But where it gets difficult is that once you get down to that like last round, it's gonna get harder to push in. So I like to sometimes place, because not all the time you'll probably have this end piece on something sturdy. Maybe you might be holding it in your hands and just putting it in, which is one way to do it. But that last round can always get hard. So, you know, putting it on a hard surface will help you kind of hold it more stable, and just put that round in there. Boom. Now it's all filled. There's no more. And you'll notice that. And also you'll notice that it kind of won't really go down too far more, you know? That's one thing to notice. So this mag's all full, right? And if we wanted to just take the rounds out of the mag, it's real simple. Pretty much all you want to do is just put it in a direction where you want the round to drop, and pretty much right here, you press onto it. You're gonna kind of press it down onto it and just push it forward. Just kind of keep pushing each one. There we go. So now we're gonna do the double stack mag. So with the double stack mag, it's gonna pretty much be the same process. Is you're gonna focus on that follower piece right there, and just try to get the end piece onto that. And you want to angle it in. If you can see this on camera. Just get the end piece on. You're gonna want to angle it in so it just slides right in. Slide right in there. Like that. So it takes 10 rounds. And for these 10 rounders, sometimes they get really hard to like push the last 2 rounds at least. You just got to apply a bit more pressure onto the rounds when you're pushing it in. I had 10? I don't think so. There you go. All the way at 10. And you can just double check if you need more rounds in it. Just push down on the top of it, and just to kind of see how much space that there can be. So this one won't take any more space. So we're all set with this. And the same thing when you want to unload your double stack mag. I've noticed that double stack mags tend to be a bit more tighter with the rounds being in there. But it's going to be the same thing. You just kind of want to push down on the round on top and just slide it forward. So I just push down and slide it forward. And it just gets easier after the first couple. Alright, so when it comes to loading a magazine, I'm going to use this dummy round. Pretty simple. You just want to kind of load your round or load your magazine. So we're just going to imagine that the whole mag is loaded for now. I just want to use this as a demonstration. So we're going to have the round in there. Let's say the whole mag is full. Pretty much, you're going to make sure that the firearm is already empty. Make sure there is no magazine in it, which is already empty. And we're going to take our mag, and we're going to make sure that the bullet is facing in the same direction that the barrel is facing. You know? So you're going to slide that magazine and make sure that the right magazine fits the gun, because this firearm takes only single stack mags. So we have a single stack mag here because a double stack mag will not fit into it. You know, look, it just doesn't work. It's too thick. Now we're just gonna put the mag into the firearm, and we're just gonna give it a good slap on the bottom to make sure it's in there sturdy. So you want to check the mag, you want to wiggle it to make sure it's not. I like to pull on it a little bit just to make sure it's not going to come out, so it's in there. So there's 2 ways to do this. We can close the slide using the actual manual slide release, or we can use the serrations on the firearm, front or back, whatever, to pull the slide back. Either way is good. Just want to make sure that when you do pull pull it back, that it's, you know, strong and sturdy and reliable pull. So using the slider release, just like that, we now entered that round into the chamber. So now when I take out the magazine, there's no round in there because it's in the firearm. So now what I'll do is I'll open the slide and we'll see it. And the round comes out just like that. So that's one way to do it. Now let's say like your mag is full and you want to unload your firearm, right? So pretty much what you would want to do is you would want to press the magazine release, which is located right here. And you press that button, pretty much the mag pops out, just like that. So let's say that the entire mag is full and you have your round in the chamber, you just point this in a safe direction and you'll make sure to just pull the slide back and lock it back, just like that. Now here we're gonna do the same thing with a double stack mag. Nothing too different, same concept. Load your round, you know, put it in your firearm, and you can either pull the slide release or pull it back. This one I'm just gonna pull it back, and now it's in there. And I know it's in there because when I pull the mag out, obviously the round is not in the mag, it's in the chamber. So now doing it with the live round is going to be the same thing. So here we have a fully loaded mag. I'm going to point the bullet in the same direction that the barrel is pointing. Slide it in there sturdy. Pull the mag release. With a 1911, I'll probably put the safety up, just like that. So now the firearm is live. So we're going to put that right there for now. Now we're going to do this firearm. Going to load the full mag in there. I'll slide it back for this one. Now these guns are fully loaded. Now if I want to unload them, pointing it in a safe direction, I press the magazine release. So there we go. Now there's a round in the chamber. Now I'm going to safely pull it in a safe direction, and I'm just going to pull the slide back. There we go. We have our round, right? Now notice that when I'm handling these firearms, my finger is not on the trigger at all. It's actually right here above on the frame to prevent any accidental discharges. You want to make sure you have it safe. Always keep your finger off the trigger when you're unloading a firearm. The biggest thing you want to do. So now I'm going to release the mag. I'm going to disengage the manual safety on this firearm because it's the only way I can pull the firearm back, the slide back on this firearm. Because when I have the safety on, I can't push the slide back. It's designed that way. So I take the safety off, have it pointed at a safe direction, and I pull the slide back. And there we go. So when I'm pulling the slide back, I'm actually locking it back. There's a way that happens. So I'll show you on this firearm. So what you want to see is that we have something called a slide release, which is right here. So when I pull this back, I'm pushing up on the slider release. Because if I don't touch the slider release, it won't stay back. It'll just get pushed back by the spring. So as I'm pushing it back, I push the slide release up and it locks into place on this groove that's on the slide. So you can see the groove when I take it off. You see that little space right up here. See it. You'll see the little space there. So that little space has a groove where this will fit and slide right into it to lock it in. And all I gotta do is push that slide release down and it pushes the slide forward, which is what happens when I put the mag in and I hit the slide release. It actually pushes around into the chamber, and the chamber is going to be right here. So it just drops around there. So I'll take a dummy round, kind of show you what it looks like when a round's in a chamber. So that's what a round looks like when it's in the chamber. It just sits right there in the front. Because what happens is that there's a firing pin back here that when you pull the trigger, that firing pin, basically releases and hits or strikes the primer on that round. It just launches the bullet forward. And as the slide ejects, it'll pull the round out, Just like that. All right, so now that we got that out the way and you learn how to load single and double stack mags as well as the firearms, you're good to go. If you have any questions, just drop a comment and a like if you liked the video. Thank you.